What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Replicant EDC. So today I thought I'd talk about the differences between Peña X Series and Peña Customs and why I prefer the Customs over the X Series. So over the past year and a half, I've had just about every X Series model that they've rolled out. Um, but over the past, I guess, few months, I've been trying to transition my collection from X series over to customs. And in doing so, I've had to sell off a lot of my X series. Many times I have to sell two or three X series to fund that one custom that I'm after. Um, but yeah, I thought I'd talk about the differences between the two in case anybody has never had a custom, so they'll know what to expect when they get their first custom. So on the X series, there's a Trapper X series made by Riot. All of Peña's X series models, they're all produced by Riot. So you're getting really good quality, really good fit and finish, good quality, good steel, everything you expect from Riot. But I've noticed that on the X series, when it comes to the detent and the tolerances, with the X series, you always have to play around with the pivot screw. You have to play around with it and Loctite it just at the right place so that the blade can free fall and so that you can get that beautiful action that you're wanting. So everything is top notch from Riot, but when it comes to the detent, tolerance, action, you have to play around with the pivot screws to get it just right. Compared to there's a custom Mula. Now if you see this action, you get that smooth drop shut action, that glassy feel to it. And the pivot screw is all the way tight. There's a custom Victoria. Again, you get that drop shut action, that glassy feel, that beautiful detent on it. But the pivot screw is all the way tight. Here's a Peña Custom Caballero, and again, everything is tight, but you still get that action that you're wanting. So that's one major difference between X Series and the Customs. The tolerances on the Customs are always better. I guess materials. On the materials, you're pretty much you're limited to whatever. Like they'll put out a model and they might put out 4 or 5 different versions of that model, but you're limited to whatever it is that they're producing for that model. So you're limited to those 4 or 5 different versions. For example, on this Paramore X series, they rolled out 4 or 5 different versions with different inlays, but that's the only options you get. Different inlay options. Like on this Alacron, this X series, again you were limited to different inlay options. I mean, they might have different drops. They might have different drops with different scale colors and different inlays. But again, you're limited to whatever it is that they're producing. Which, compared to the customs, again, there's a custom mula. On the customs, Enrique will make different material options for the scales. This is actually a vintage butterscotch micarta. It almost feels like wood though. That's why when I first got it, I thought it was wood. I had to check with the guy that I got it from. He had these scales made by Jerry Valdez. He confirmed that it was actually micarta. But on the customs, you have a lot more options in terms of material, in terms of scale options. You can get micarta, fat carbon. Many times you can get a wood. You can get like a mammoth bone. You can get jigged bone. Your options are pretty much endless when it comes to the customs. And in many cases, you could actually reach out to Enrique Peña himself, and he could, if he has the time and if he's willing, he could make you a custom to your spec, whatever material options, whatever you want. Blade steel. So on the X series, for the longest time, they were just rolling out with M390. And here lately, they've been jumping to CPM M4. They've been using a lot of CPM M4 on their new drops. But on the customs, Enrique likes to stick to, there's a custom Apache. Enrique likes to stick to CPM 154 for his blade steels on his customs. So that's one thing that I'll give the X series, that they do have better steels. And also on the X series, a lot of times it'll be that belt satin. It'll be the belt satin with the grind lines. I don't know if you guys can see those grind lines. So on the X series, it's mostly the belt satin on the blades. And on the customs, it's almost always a hand rub satin blade. So you won't have the vertical grind lines, but you'll have the horizontal hand rubbed, which in my opinion it is a lot, it is more fancier, more elegant, the hand rub, than over the belt satin. But almost always you're going to be getting hand rub blade over the belt, over the machine belt satin. The clips. Now for the longest time, X series always came with these clips, these titanium milled clips. And I like the clips. I've always enjoyed the clips, but you don't get a deep carry clip on it. I believe Peña likes this type of clip because when it's in your pocket, say it's in your pocket, you're able to grab a hold of the tail end of the knife and pull it out. So I think that's why Peña doesn't prefer the deep carry. He prefers these. But for the longest time, this was the clip that came on all the X series. But once he started teaming up with Javi Garcia, they started changing the clips on the X series. So you can see this is a more deep carry clip. It's more sleek. I think it works better in and out of the pocket. It's definitely smoother in and out of the pocket. There's another Javi Garcia collab. You can see the beautiful clip on it. It's definitely smoother in and out pocket. But on the customs, you're hardly ever going to get a deep carry clip on the custom. So there's a custom milled titanium clip on this Caballero, and then there's a titanium clip on the Mula. So on the customs, you're hardly ever going to get a deep carry version or option, I mean, for the clip. But these work beautiful in and out of the pocket. So that's another difference there, are the clips. And in many cases, the customs, if you get the traditional, like the Apache, there's the Apache. If you get his traditional front flip custom knives, they almost always, they'll come without a clip. So like this Apache, for instance, the Zulu, the Lanny's clip, the custom Trapper, all those will come without a clip, unless you reach out to Enrique. He can drill another hole and he can make a clip for you. And there's some that come with a clip, but more often than not, if you're getting one of these traditional front flippers, they'll come without a clip. So you're gonna have to get a leather sheath, a leather slip to put those in so you can carry them in your pocket. I actually found a leather slip that had a pocket clip on it. Like that, I can slip this into the slip, and the slip has a pocket clip on it. So that's another difference. But the main difference would be that you're getting a custom from the man himself. So these aren't production, these aren't rolling off of a production line. You know that Enrique Peña made these himself with his own hands. And in my opinion, these customs look way more elegant, way more fancy. Again, you got different material options. Sometimes you can get it made to your own specs. That beautiful hand rub blade on them. But yeah, the customs are way more elegant in my opinion. You know that Enrique made them with his bare hands. In many cases, it's been said that when you get a micarta from the man himself, you can even smell the tacos on that micarta. Alright, y'all. Just wanted to give you guys a little comparison there. Show you guys a couple customs, couple X series, show you guys the differences between them. And yeah, I definitely prefer customs over X series. In my opinion, it is worth the extra money, knowing you're getting a handmade piece of art, because they are works of art. Alright, y'all. Peace.